welcome back to the Head Wrap Chronicles, where we'll be keeping it real with your girl, Des. Moi. Okay, that was just too much. Anyways, so a lot of persons don't know this, but I have actually not been able to go back to my rightful yard. This is my adopted yard, and I'm very grateful that they have adopted me. But I have really been stuck in Jamaica throughout COVID-19. So the world was falling in, well, the world is still falling like shambles, and I have been here in Jamaica. So some of my subscribers, they've asked me how I've been able to cope. How have I been coping? And to be honest, it's been difficult. It's been really difficult. I think some days are better than some. So it's like a cycle. it's really a cycle. I feel like what I was not prepared for was just feeling alone, because the thing is, like, it's not like a regular semester where you have like your students and you have like your friends surrounding you. It's just been an isolated feeling, and I am not accustomed to being by myself. I am in fact like always in the middle of everything, always there chatting out people, and it's just like, it's been a moment where I've had to be still for so long that it has really made me feel uncomfortable, to the point where I just was like what? So I think once I learned to deal with just like being by myself, I was able to like really get the hang of it. In terms of like going about the place and maneuvering the place, like, people, I don't know why people think that because you're in another part of the world, you should be like traveling and going to every single site, because wow, we don't have anything else to do and the place is locked down. But I've not really been going anywhere. I've just been staying on my dorm, trying to avoid people, because obviously that's what we're supposed to be doing. So it's, as I said, it's not a regular semester, it's not a regular feeling, it's just very weird. So it's almost like you're trying to cope, and while you're trying to cope, you still have to survive. And I think like throughout the semester, rightfully, I would just be doing road trips with my friends, going to different beaches, like trying out new restaurants. And during COVID-19, it's just been like me staying home. So what I have been doing is learning to cook every single thing that I wanted to experience at my yard. So I've learned to make chicken tikka masala, I've learned to make shawarma chicken, I've learned to make you name it, I've learned to make it. And like, so honestly, I've learned to make so many things that I could all start a cooking channel. And like, my friends who are still here come over and they sample these things, and they're like, girl, I can cook, I can clean, but I don't do the dishes. Get you a Desi. And I mean, like, the latest thing I've learned to make is like pot roast, lasagna, casserole. I mean, some of those things seem very simple, like my mom would make those things, but me making them, like, why would I ever want to do all that work on my own? Donuts, bagels. Oh my god, I've learned to make bagels. But a lot of it just like me, honestly, I speak to my parents and my sisters a lot more now. And even my friends that would usually hang out with me, I really like speak to them a lot more. And I think they make the effort to check in on me, because they know that I'm just here by myself. And yeah, I think like it's something that I would look back and be like, I'm grateful that I went through that, because it made me a stronger person. But as I said, there's some days that I'm just like, I just really want to go home. And recently I found out that I wouldn't be able to go home for Christmas, because it's just so much work, like PCR test, $30,000. Then apply for an exemption. Then with the exemption, go to Barbados. Then you don't know when you're going to get a flight from Barbados. You might have to overnight. You might not have to overnight. If your PCR test expires, you have to do an experiment in Barbados. Then you go to Trinidad. Then you have to do quarantine for either 7 days or 40 days, depending on if you're coming from a low risk, medium risk, or high risk country. Then you do a next PCR test. Then they declare that you're okay. Then you get to go wherever. Then to come back, you have to apply for an exemption. Then they grant the exemption. Then you have to do all that over again. Then you have to now quarantine in a facility approved by Jamaica to be able to then come back to like regular life in Jamaica. And like I'm just like I'm like just breathe. So honestly, like I feel like I was okay knowing that, like in my mind I felt like, okay, March, it really got out of hand. By December, this will be back to normal. Everyone will just be like chilling, like looking back at like COVID-19, like what was that? But I played myself because it's December, it's pretty much December, and we're pretty much in 2021, clearly, because like once you hit December, you're in 2021, and I am still here, and I'm not able to go home, and I've never spent Christmas by myself, so that just really like hit me hard. But it's been rough, girl. It's been rough, and honestly, I feel like I'm just like my friends that I'm accustomed to, I try to like, so can I come over to just come over, and I feel like they're so over me, like they're so like they're probably like, this girl is so annoying. she's so annoying. But yeah, like it's just been like a roller coaster. It's not something that I wish for anyone to have to experience, especially on their own. And as I said, like just going through this motion, just being here and having to go through this, I know that I'm going to be like equipped to do like a lot of things in the future, like just real strength, emotional, like I'm like so emotionally intelligent, I'm so emotionally strong now. I really appreciate like the simple things, like just being able to hug someone, because like I just feel like human beings are not meant to be alone like this. But it is what it is, and there is nothing I can do to change the present, but I can do my best to cope and prepare myself best for the future. And I think that's what I've been doing. I've just been taking it one step at a time, and some days it's just, let's just schedule a cry because we need a cry, and then other days it's like, I can do this, like I'm invincible, there is nothing I cannot do. But for most days it's just me just trying to get through it, and me just ticking off things on my to-do list, because like keeping myself busy is better than just not having something to do and having to think about, think like, yeah, like thinking is just not something you want to do, especially when there's a lot in your mind, like just like recently, like me thinking about how Christmas without my family is going to be, and every time there's a still moment I just go back to be like, yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you guys, especially to my friends who are on this channel that have really been supportive, and my sisters and my mom and my dad, and especially my aunts and my cousins, like they've always been checking in on me, and I really appreciate that, because it does make a difference, like it does. Whew. Fighting back tears here. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but thank you guys so much for stopping by on my channel, and I hope that you I don't know, if you're trying to cope with something, where if you're stuck in some other part of the world, just drop it here, I guess, if you feel like, if you wanna. But thank you guys so much for watching this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and to share this channel with your friends. I post content here every single Thursdays at 2. And bye guys, and I hope you guys are keeping safe. And I think this is me talking again. But I think what's really important is just mental health. I mean, not just mental health, but like finding things to do.